The following contest is a singles match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Jacksonville, Florida, weighing in at 230 pounds, the former NWA World Television Champion, The Pope!
Whether it's NWA, Impact Wrestling, former WWE, Pope cut his teeth in Louisville, Kentucky. This is where his wrestling roots lie, and he is here as a homecoming in our main event this week on Derby City Wrestling.
You gotta love it, a career spanning almost 2 decades. There isn't anywhere the Pope hasn't been or anything he hasn't done, as charismatic as he is combative, and this is the match that Dylan Bostic asked for, and now he's got to deal with Pope.
But I am the champion. I was born to win, cause I'm born again, and I own the ring, yes. I am the champion. I'm winning, I win it all. I'm winning, I win it all. I'm winning,
And his opponent from Indianapolis, Indiana, weighing in at 230 pounds, Dylan Bostic.
I tell you one thing about Dylan Bostic, I've known him for more than a decade. I think I called some of his first matches, and one thing has never changed. Uh-oh, we'll get to that later. Pope means business right now, Johnny.
When you disrespect the Pope, you do not turn your back on Pope, and that's exactly the mistake that Dylan Bostic just made, and oh boy, we're spilling to the outside. Up against the guardrail goes Bostic, and we're in dangerous territory here.
Yeah, they're right behind us here at the broadcast booth.
Boy.
Look out. Did you get your hazard insurance paid up? Ooh. Bottom line, Dylan Bostic was running his mouth about the wrong person, because the Pope's not just going to sit back and take that, Johnny.
Oh my! I hope Bostic was thirsty.
Dylan wanted a match, he's getting a fight. Dylan wanted a match, he's getting a beatdown.
Oh, look at Dylan Bostic, though. Always willing to take any type of advantage. The poke to the eyes of the Pope. And now Bostic breaking the count just so he can continue his attack here. Oh, a chop right to the throat.
Bostic got upset because Pope endorsed Rocco Bellagio for a world title shot against
Danny Limelight.
Limelight.
And that match will happen next week in our main event. But right now, this is our main event as the Pope continues to go to work on the brash and entitled Dylan Bostic.
Oh, those are perfect words to describe him. Cocky, some would say, to some people, obnoxious. Ooh!
That was loud.
I tell you what, Pope is teaching Dylan Bostic a lesson in who he's dealing with.
Not to mention a lesson in humility, although that might be impossible for someone like Bostic, and the Pope too quick. Ooh.
Bostic trying to swing for the fences, gets a shot to the midsection, and again.
Ooh! And the Pope is just having his way with Dylan Bostic, just an onslaught of offense early on.
I tell you what, Dylan Bostic must have gotten under the Pope's skin. That's what it looks like here.
Well, have you seen the last few weeks, Gilbert? You've been sitting next to me. I think it's fairly obvious. Dylan Bostic.
Pope doesn't subscribe to that rubber glue, whatever you say, bounces off of me, sticks to you. He doesn't subscribe to that.
Well, look, you mentioned this is where the Pope started his career.
Right.
He was excited for Derby City Wrestling. He was quite possibly the first phone call made by the committee.
He was.
And then Dylan Bostic, always looking out for himself, always looking to get the advantage of other people. He mentioned the Pope's name, and that's all it took, and now a trifecta of splashes in the corner.
And I think it's really about jealousy. It's jealousy. Bostic cut his teeth here, started his career in Louisville as well, but
well, didn't quite go according to plan like it did for the Pope.
There you go. Exactly. You took the words out of my mouth.
The Pope has been the world over. Dylan Bostic has been infuriating every single opponent and fan he's come into contact with for years.
We should make mention, though, that Dylan Bostic's a former United Tag Team Champion, correct?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is, as a member of Pac 3.
You were familiar with him in Championship Wrestling in Hollywood.
Oh, very familiar, but this is a more caustic Dylan Bostic than even years ago, clotheslined by the Pope.
Pope is having his way this week in our main event on Derby City Wrestling, presented by CarShield.
Former NWA World Television Champion. proven himself to be a true five-tool player over the course of his career, has Pope. Not to mention, never at a loss for words is Pope as he sends Bostic crashing to the outside.
Pope is picking Dylan Bostic apart. Can he stay on top here? We gotta take a timeout.
In a world where people drive dirty every day, there's one duck with sunglasses who has a dream to be fast, clean, and loved everywhere. Quackles is giving you the chance to be a champion just like him. He's giving away a one-of-a-kind Quick Quack Championship belt autographed by some of your favorite United Wrestling Network stars. To enter, just scan the QR code on your screen or visit don'tdrivedirty.com/belt.
Don't worry. It's fake. That's a fake bomb. That's a fake glass.
Oh, I'll do it. I swear on my mother's grave.
Fake threat. Fake dead guy. Fakes like those don't scare me. But fake meds, that's a different story. Verify your meds with Safe.Pharmacy. Protect those you love from bad meds.
I love to drive. It's my me time, my getaway, my escape. Nothing can ruin it, except for a car breakdown. That's why I called CarShield. CarShield administrators help get those repairs paid. I trust CarShield with my baby, and you should too. CarShield has plans that include protection on major parts and systems like the engine, transmission, entertainment system, air conditioning, electronics, and more. CarShield administrators go the extra mile by including rental car options. You also get emergency services for flat or damaged tires, lockouts, dead batteries, and courtesy towing, all at no additional cost. Darlings, saving on expensive car repairs is just a phone call away. For me, it's a no-brainer.
Protect yourself from the unprecedented rise in costs for parts and repairs. Call now to save money with your price lock guarantees. Call 800-284-5872.
Main event time this week on Derby City Wrestling, presented by CarShield. Gilbert Corsi alongside Johnny LaQuasto from the Norton Healthcare Sports and Learning Center. And Pope has been punishing Dylan Bostic.
Throughout the commercial break, Pope has broken the count a few times just to continue the attack on the outside, but Bostic with a reversal, sending Pope face first into that steel post.
I like to say, talk about momentum shifting moments. That may just be one of them, Johnny.
Oh, there's no question about it. The Pope just got his bell rung, but there's Bostic, as ostentatious as ever. Oh, now raking at the face.
Have you ever known a humble Dylan Bostic? He has always been this braggish, braggy, cocky.
He's nauseating.
Just the kind of guy that you're just like, I don't want to spend time talking to you.
He's nauseating, but at the same time, he's very calculated. He's very talented. That's why the United Wrestling Network committee was open to having Dylan Bostic as part of the roster. Didn't realize he would call out the Pope moments after the show began, but that's what he did. And you know what? When you can get a match like Dylan Bostic and the Pope, you make that match happen. And we're finally back in the center of the ring here as the Pope chops away.
Irish whip into the turnbuckle, reversed here, turned around again. Pope perched on the second rope on the inside and just laying in the shots.
Oh, Bostic this time.
Powerbomb.
It lands.
Pope's in trouble, no hook of the leg. You're gonna have to do everything you should and can to beat the Pope.
Oh, now Bostic able to get a good grasp around the neck, trying to wear down Pope. You hear Louisville
proverbial,
12th
man beginning to rally behind the Pope here as he works his way, or tries to work his way back up to a vertical base and create some distance.
You can see Bostic is clearly winded, but had enough power there to scoop up Pope.
I'll tell you what, the offensive onslaught has really shifted in the latter moments of this match. It was all Pope for the first, 10 minutes?
Certainly was. It was when Pope got sent into the steel post where everything changed, and now Bostic is just laying it on psychologically and physically.
Yeah, Pope going into the post created a window of opportunity, and Dylan Bostic certainly has leapt through it here.
But every strike by the Pope has so much behind it.
Irish whip reverse.
Whoops.
Sunset flip attempt, but Pope had too much spring, I think.
Kick out at 2 by Bostic.
Didn't have enough of the momentum to hold the shoulders down. An explosive Dylan Bostic follows up with the clothesline, but precious seconds ticking away. Pope may be dead weight. Is he out here, Johnny?
Certainly was struggling to get him over for the hitting predicament, and no, Pope able to get that shoulder up at 2, but Bostic all of his force behind that massive clothesline.
Bostic grinding away here, and remember that he was running his mouth. That's how this match happened.
That's what Bostic does.
Bostic was being Dylan. Bostic was being Bostic.
Bostic tends to give a bad name to millennials. He feels like he controls all of social media. He feels like he can change things in a moment by what he decides to tweet or what he decides to post. And guess what? You speak into a microphone about the Pope, you're going to get a retribution.
Entitled, that is the word. That is the word to describe Dylan Bostic, entitled. And it's I think there's a lot of good things about the millennials, but that is the worst part of the millennial spirit. Remember, he was upset because Pope endorsed Rocco Bellagio. Entitled.
Bostic also very talented, very calculated. Not going for style points, wants to slow things down, being very methodical here. Trying to put the Pope down.
Dylan Bostic trying to spoil the homecoming of Pope back to the Derby City.
Now just stomping away, ambidextrous boots, and now left to the throat of the Pope, all the body weight, using the top rope for leverage.
Get in there, you only get 5 seconds.
Oh. Daniel Spencer's livid right now at every little advantage that Dylan Bostic is taking.
The ref, excuse me, I should say the Pope is breathing hard on the outside of the ring. Wait a minute, and hold on, something's going on behind the ref's back.
I was about to say, it appears Dylan Bostic is okay with a count-out victory, but not the case. Once again, looking to take any little advantage.
Bostic has exposed the turnbuckle. What do you think that he has in mind here, Johnny?
I have no idea, but he has to realize the committee is watching every single action of his.
I think so. He's forgotten about that.
Oh! The Pope trying to fight his way back into the ring here.
There's that bionic elbow. Pope channeling his inner Dusty. Daddy.
We all know Dusty was a huge inspiration for the Pope as he's heading up to the top. Sunset flip.
Shoulders down. 1, 2, and Bostic is out 2.5.
Oh no!
Into the exposed steel. Snake eyes into the exposed steel.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
Dylan
no.
Bostic just beat the Pope.
The winner of this contest, Dylan Bostic.
I am shocked, LaQuasto. Well, they cheated. He exposed the turnbuckle. Look at the face of Bostic.
Daniel Spencer did not see the exposed turnbuckle, and the Pope launched himself face first into it.
Oh my gosh.
Bostic taking full advantage.
If this guy was a lot to take, a lot to deal with, a lot to handle before, he's gonna be reprehensible now.
I mean, between Zicky Dice and Dylan Bostic, the committee has their hands full with Derby City Wrestling, but
I'm sick. I am sick. This is not the homecoming, not the return that the Pope should have had to Louisville, Kentucky.
Well, nonetheless, we had tremendous action tonight. Our main event next week will be Danny Limelight defending the United World Championship against Rocco Bellagio. But as we stand right now, Dylan Bostic leaves Derby City Wrestling victorious tonight over the Pope.
Good night, everybody. We'll see you next week.
I am a champion.